mess. Well, there probably will be some mess, to be fair.
No mess.
No messing.
Uh,
It is always quite messy. Yeah.
Colin,
Oh.
you're
Oh,
listening
hi.
to
Oh.
I've gone live. You're listening to episode 245 of Heroes of Handheld, the internet's premium handheld gaming podcast, dedicated to all things handheld, whether that be iOS, Android, PlayStation Vita, PlayStation Portable, Nintendo 2DS, 3DS, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Micro, Game Boy Advance SP, Game & Watch, Switch as well,
Yeah.
BlackBerry phones, Nokia phones, Google phones, all the other phones. I'm Chris. I'm joined by my co-host, my friend, my colleague, my pal, my mentor in the world of Podo. It's the Podster. It's Colin Podburn.
Although I wouldn't really call myself your mentor, but that is actually very nice of you to say. That's actually quite a nice thing to say. That means that you look up to me and you respect my opinions when it comes to my very intricate editing technique of this
Well,
audio file.
Every week you do a sterling job.
Back in the day when we were, new to the world of podcasting and the pod realm, and we were pod rising and not pod fading, I used to listen to the whole episode from start to finish and edit little snippets out, like little coughs, sneezes, little silences, and there'd be bits where we would go edit, and I'd have to find them and cut them out. But now I don't give a shit. I don't care because everything we produce is gold. We keep it all in.
We recorded an episode once, and one of us said something disparaging about one of our then uni course mates.
Oh god!
And we spent so much time then checking we'd edited it out. And I remember we edited it out, and then we listened to the whole thing again just to check it wasn't in there. And now I'd call them all pricks.
Yeah,
they're all pricks.
They're all married or have babies. They've thrown their life down the shitter. Anyway, a bit too far. They're all lovely. They're all nice.
Lovely pricks, Colin. This is one of those weird episodes.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because we're recording, it's currently 10 to 8 on Wednesday, the 13th of February. And there is a big Nintendo Direct happening at 10 o'clock this evening. And just because the way our routines, our schedules work, and the way that our kind of weeks work, this is the time where we've been able to get together and record. So by its very nature, by the time you listen to this podcast, there will be out-of-date information. There will be speculation, which you then know to be false or true. And really, there is no solution to this. It's a problem that can't be solved because the news is always changing and ever present. And it just so happens that the news on this day, there's going to be some really big news in 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
happens a lot.
Soz,
they usually do or seem to do Nintendo Directs on Wednesdays, don't they? It seems to be quite a common thing. Or they drop big announcements at about 9-10 o'clock after we finish recording.
Yeah, I guess it's to get so that people in Japan can wake up and get the news versus people in America getting it in the afternoon, and it must be the most pressing time for them. But yeah, it's a little bit frustrating, but we'll still bring you a great episode of Heroes of Handheld, episode 245. Then, just so you know, go on.
I was going to say, you're probably going to say this, but we're actually not here next week. So by the time we actually talk about the news, it'll be so out of date. They'll be planning the next Nintendo Direct.
We're both on holiday, not together. Thanks for the invite, Colin.
Cheers. Are you drinking from a Disney mug?
No, I don't have a Disney mug because I'm not a child.
What? Oh, okay. All right. That looks like one of those Starbucks You Are Here mugs. Am I incorrect?
No, it's a Sherlock Holmes mug.
Very good. Are you a fan of Sherlock Holmes?
It's got a good lot of tea.
I played the Sherlock Holmes game on my Xbox One a couple of years ago. It was free with Xbox Games of Gold. And it was really good. Really good investigatory game where you had to solve murders and crimes and stuff. They had alternative endings. There was two. Either he said one bit of dialogue or another bit of dialogue. Really hashtag deep. Good game. Wish I remember what the name of it. I think it's called... Oh, no, I can't remember. Sherlock Holmes something. But it's a good game. Good game. Anyway, Chris, big news coming out today, and the news we're all talking about is the Frozen 2 trailer is here. Have you seen it? What are your thoughts, and why do you think it's so fucking amazing?
I just watched it.
Right. Okay, let me guess. You don't like it, don't you? You're just dead to me already.
I liked it enough. But it's very teasery. Like we don't really still know anything about the film.
But that's the point.
Um,
That's what you want from a teaser. Surely it's to get you
yeah,
excited.
sort of.
I
But
mean,
I don't tend to watch films I really care about. I don't like watching trailers for anymore because I'm sick of things being spoiled in the trailer.
yeah,
Whereas I think with that Frozen trailer, because it's so teasery, actually nothing's really spoiled. I don't think so.
it's
Yeah, it
good.
was okay. I like watching the guy riding the reindeers. That was
The
cool.
reindeer,
King of the Reindeers.
Sven.
That was good.
That's the name is Sven.
Yep.
What's good about it is when you think back to the original Frozen, the teaser they released for that one was a short little skit featuring Olaf and Sven, the reindeer, and Olaf, the snowman, where Sven is trying to eat Olaf's nose. And that was like a minute little skit where it's like, oh, that's cute little reindeer and cute talking snowman. And yeah, that was also, gave nothing away of the plot or what it was. But they've completely gone a different way with this. It's a lot more serious, this teaser. There's not really any jokes. There's no jokes in it at all, actually. It's quite a meaningful and quite suspenseful teaser, really. Like that scene at the end where they're on top of that cliff top, all the characters all looking out at that massive, the land below them.
Yeah.
Really interesting. And it seems like it's set in autumn as well, which is
Yeah, because the leaves are a different color.
yeah, so I'm in, and I think this Disney are going all in this year because they obviously made shit tons of money last year, but I think last Christmas it was a bit disappointing for them. The films didn't make as much money as they're thinking. That Nutcracker film came out last year, and that didn't do that great. Wasn't reviewed very well. But this year they're putting a lot of emphasis on obviously Frozen, Toy Story, Aladdin, and that was another trailer that came out. Aladdin. Talk about that
Yes,
in a minute.
I watched that straight afterwards.
And then
What a load of old shit.
there's a lot of trailers coming out. We had the Toy Story 4 trailer teaser after the Super Bowl. That's out this year. I think Star Wars is the new episode's out this year, isn't it? Episode 9.
And there's there's 3 Marvel films this
Yeah,
year as
Captain Marvel. And so they're going to be raking it in this year. This year is going to be huge for Disney. But Aladdin, that trailer dropped, and yeah. What are your thoughts on that business?
I hate when Colin does this, by the way, but we will do Handheld news in a second.
You have to talk about it. Come on.
Also, you were just saying, let's do a quick 20-minute episode so you can pack.
Hey, we're going to fit all the news into 5 minutes. It's fine.
Okay, fine. I thought, as a trailer goes, it wasn't very. I mean, Will Smith in blue has been talked a lot about anyway. But this, I know it's a trailer and the film's not finished, but the CGI looks really bad. Like it looks like it's made for TV.
Didn't he look like Will Smith's face on the genie's body, the blue body, smoky body thing?
Yeah.
Didn't it remind you of the CGI from Scorpion King? And I know a lot of people have made this comparison of The Rock on that scorpion body and the Scorpion King. It's very similar in terms of tacky CGI. And it's weird because it didn't look great at all. And in this day and age, you'd think they'd make that look more convincing. And there's only so far you can go with, someone being a genie coming out of a lamp and basically a smoke image. But yeah, his face just did not fit the body at all. It's almost like his face was too small for the head.
It's very strange visuals, isn't it?
The uncanny valley thing is a bit creepy. And also Jafar, obviously it's a very brief teaser, wasn't it? But you heard Jafar say, "Go into the cave, Aladdin." And he sounded like some whiny bitch. That's not Jafar. Jafar's supposed to be like some epic old sorcerer who's got a grudge with a snake thing.
Yeah, it's interesting that they've made him so much younger.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never a massive fan of Aladdin anyway. It was all right, but people seem to lose their shit over it. I was never a massive fan. I like the Beauty and the Beast remake, but I don't know whether this one is going down the same track of just being a straight remake of the animation.
Yeah.
It does look like they are going down that path. And if it is, I'll probably see it, but I'm not overly fussed about seeing it straight away. But I'm sure it'll make a lot of money. These films always do.
And also, it's worth remembering that you've never had a friend like me, so that's important as well.
Be prepared. Oh wait, wrong film. But yeah, anyway. I saw the eye roll there.
I was eye rolling, I'm not gonna lie. Colin,
I literally saw that. It says like be prepared. You literally like, fuck's sake, here we go. Okay, he's gonna try and talk about Lion King now, isn't he? So Lion King, Chris. Anyway,
Let's do
let's
some
go.
handheld news because I hate when you do this, but
Can
I
I,
love
can
you.
I start off by talking about a game I've been playing this week? And I
Yes.
briefly mentioned it last week. And this is Rotera, which is from, I always forget the name, Dig It Games, Dig-It Games, which I love the name of that. It just rolls off the tongue, Dig It Games. So it's a puzzle game, physics-based, and it's great. I really like it. Basically, I mentioned it briefly last week, and the idea is you're a princess type character. You're put in the world, and you have to manipulate the world to be able to progress. And how you do that is you change blocks. I compared it to a Rubik's cube last week, where the whole world is made up of blocks. Each little bit of path is a block which you can move. You can't move every single one, but certain ones you can. And by changing the block, you change the routes that you can go down and the paths you can go. So you can turn it around so the path is going straight, or you can turn it again so you go to the left or to the right, that sort of thing. When I first started playing it, I thought it was all right. It was clever, but I've got further in now, and I really appreciate the level of detail that's gone into it, and it's so many layers to it. It's such a clever game. Like the difficulty spike goes up quite quick. Well, actually, I mean, it's not got to the point now where I've struggled to get past the level, but in terms of how long the levels are and what you have to think about, and to get to certain areas, you have to unlock different areas, and you have to go back to other areas to unlock further bits. It's very intricate detail, and it's very layered, and it's very good, and it's very fun, and it's just really charming. The color scheme is good. It's very bright. I mean, the land is not as pixelated as Minecraft, but that sort of world. And it's also similar to, what was that puzzle? Monument Valley from a couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
I was just watching a trailer and I was just thinking this looks like Monument Valley.
Yeah, where you go, like the world changes as you move to different areas, goes upside down, up, down, left, right. It's really fun. I mean, I'm only on like level 5, but to get to level 5, it's probably taking me about 45 minutes to an hour because levels are really long, but it's really forgiving in terms of that there are a lot of checkpoints along the way. So, yeah, it doesn't just reset if you don't complete a level. It'll take you back to where your last checkpoint was. It's really good. The animation is nice. I mean, when you look at the actual fine details of it, it's got the high form of polish that a lot of games do these days. There is a story to it, but there's no spoken word in it at all. The story is told through still images, which you see between levels, which is not a very basic way of doing it. But for these sort of games, you don't really need a story, to be honest. But some criticisms of it, I would say, it doesn't seem to, on my iPhone, when you get to specific areas where there's a lot you have to see, a lot you have to think about, a lot of things you have to turn, like things you'll turn one area will manipulate stuff at the other side of the map, and you have to think about what you do because you have to plan your path. Sometimes when there's a lot going on and there's things in the distance, it can be a bit difficult to control moving the blocks. You move the blocks by tapping on them and then just sort of swiping to the left or right. Sometimes if you don't get it absolutely precise, it'll be very frustrating. It'll do the one to the left, to the right, in front of it, behind it. And maybe it's because, in a way, for those sort of levels, the iPhone screen is a little bit not big enough, maybe. But that's the only criticism I would have. That can be a little bit frustrating, especially if you're playing it like led down in bed or something, which is, you probably shouldn't be playing games if you're led down in bed. But apart from that, really enjoying it. It's a really fun little puzzle game, very clever. The biggest praise I can give it is such a clever game, and the layers to it, just you do appreciate the time that's gone into designing the levels. And people much cleverer than me have obviously designed these games, and it is very satisfying when you complete a level, when you finally get to the end, especially ones that are quite long. And yeah, as you get further in, there's levels where there's like multiple areas, multiple maps you have to get to. You have to go all the way to the end and all the way to the back to complete it, so it does take a long time. But yeah, really liking it. It's called Rotera. It's available on iOS now. The price of it is $4.99. That's $4.99. So I imagine it'll be around about £5 over here, but $4.99, and that's good because once you pay that's the one only fee you pay. There's no ads, there's no in-game purchases or anything like that. It's just one blanket fee, and the game is yours to own forever and ever. And there's a lot of content there as well, so you get a lot of gaming for a very low price. So I definitely recommend it. It's called Rotera. go get it now. It's fun, especially if you like the puzzle games, like little brain teasers, because yeah, it's really good. It's a really good game to pick up and play. Just play a bit of a level, and as I said, like you can just play a little section of a level, get to a checkpoint, then close it, then come back later on, which is very handy. It doesn't make you start from the beginning of a level. So that's what I've been playing this week. Good game. Go get it.
If anyone is struggling to picture what this might look like, we've embedded a preview trailer on heroesofhandheld.wordpress.com, so you can, because I didn't quite get it, and then I watched the trailer whilst you were talking, and I was like, oh, I see what it is now. So definitely, I'd recommend watching that trailer.
Sorry if I'm not descriptive enough for you, but what have you been playing this week, Chris?
I've been dipping my toes back into the well of Splatoon 2, Colin.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, that game, Salmon Run, is the most fun you can have on your Switch for the price of Splatoon 2. It's so good, and it's so like satisfying and challenging, and it's one of those games where when you're not playing it, you're thinking about it and thinking about strategies and thinking about the different weapons. And I like the other multiplayer enough, but Salmon Run is just such a good way to play that game.
Yeah.
To the point where, literally, as we're talking now, I'm using the app on my phone, and I'm like, oh, there's actually a Salmon Run open. So after we're done podcasting, I might go and play that for an hour, because it's just so good. I love it. Salmon Run on Splatoon 2, this wave survival mode, it's just incredible.
Nice. Yeah, I do need to get back into that. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Back when I played it for like a day. I played it over a wacky weekend about a year or so ago, and I loved it, but I've just not gone back. I don't know why. I've still got it. I need to open it up again. That's what I need to do.
Colin,
I'll get there. Yes, what news is there?
So I want to talk about a piece of news which I think is going to come up in the Nintendo Direct Switch, because Twitter was ablaze the day before yesterday when someone found out that if you logged into a certain part of the internet, you could see a pre-order option for it was on the Club Ubisoft page for Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered for Switch, as well as PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Shit.
If you log in now, the option is not there anymore. So hopefully that's something they're going to announce at Nintendo Direct. Assassin's Creed 3, if you've not played it, you play as Connor. He is he's First Nation. He's in America, but he's half First Nation and half I don't know what settler, I guess. So he's kind of living between two worlds. And I played a lot of Assassin's Creed 3. I never finished it on PlayStation. No, maybe I did finish it, actually. No, I don't think I did finish it. Anyway, on PlayStation 3. So looking forward to this. But I would be interested to see how this runs, because Assassin's Creed on Switch would be very good. But I think this is one of the things that they will announce in the Nintendo Direct today. In fact, whilst we're talking about this Nintendo Direct, Colin, what do you predict we will see? What do you hope we will see?
A lot more games being ported. This is going to probably sound like a stupid question. Is this the first Assassin's Creed game on Switch? I'm Googling this. Oh, stop fucking rolling your eyes, you prick. I can see you.
No, I'm not rolling my eyes.
I see you.
I'm looking at the top of my computer screen. I'm not sure, Colin.
I'm sorry, I forgive you. I'm just a bit sensitive. I'm sorry. I love you. But yeah, I mean, I've Googled it, and the only thing that's come up is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but apparently that came through a special cloud version of it.
Yeah, you had to stream that. I don't think, unless any of the card games are on there, I don't think there is any Assassin's Creed on there.
That'd be well good. I mean, I loved Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. I think after that, wasn't it Brotherhood? What was the next one? There was like offshoots.
Yeah, there was 1 and 2, then Brotherhood, which is the best Assassin's Creed, then Revelations.
Yeah, and then it went to 3.
Then 3, yeah.
Yeah. I started playing Brotherhood but couldn't get into it. I mean, I only played it for like 45 minutes and I never went back, which is a bit sad because I loved the first one. I absolutely loved. The second one, a little bit of a slog for me, but I want to play Odyssey. That one looks really cool. Anyway, predictions. So have they announced the release date of the Spyro trilogy on Switch yet?
I don't know if they have announced, actually.
Well, that's obviously what they're going to do then. There's got to be. That's Spyro. Actually, did you ever finish playing that? Because you started, didn't you?
I finished the first one. I haven't played 2 or 3 yet.
Oh, 2 or 3 are the best ones, man. Man. It's so
I'll get
good.
that. Don't worry, I'll
The
get that.
second one
Name
is really
something to me.
good. Gateway to Glimmer, or I think it was called Ripto's Rage in America. Such a great game.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like there was a listing appeared on GameStop's website for the Reignited trilogy releasing in August for Switch. So maybe they'll announce that tomorrow. But I mean, everyone knew that was coming anyway, so that wouldn't be a surprise. That's what I'm holding out for, playing Spyro on my Switch. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the one thing I want. But in terms of other games, I don't really know. Are we going to get Anthem? Or
On
maybe
Switch.
Apex Legends? Yeah. Maybe that. Yeah.
Oh, people love that Apex game. Have you played it?
No, I keep needing to download it on my Xbox, but keep forgetting. Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. Everyone's loving it. It got ridiculous amount of downloads, didn't it, in like one weekend? I mean, people love these
Yeah.
battle royales. They're the
Very,
shit
very
hot
popular.
property. It was Titanfall, wasn't it? That was the over branching game, wasn't it? Was it Titanfall? Apex? Yeah, it was. Cool.
Yeah, it's made by the Titanfall people.
Yeah, I want Spyro on Switch. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the big thing I want. That's the big cheese I want.
Yeah.
I like the big cheese.
I feel that. I think Metroid Prime trilogy remastered. I hope.
Yeah.
And I'm also I think we'll get hopefully more Animal Crossing news. And I think this is the one, Colin. This is the one where they finally announced Banjo-Kazooie playable in Smash.
Finally. And then we all smash once that gets announced.
Absolutely. That's the type of thing that if that happens, I'm just going to be insufferable for the next year.
Oh, I keep forgetting about. I still need to pick up Smash Bros. Ultimate one day. I'm going on a plane on Friday. Should I take my Switch with me? Maybe
Yeah, why would you not?
I took my I took it when I went on holiday last year, and I played a bit of Rocket League, and it was actually quite cool playing Rocket League, like thousands of miles in the sky. It's pretty awesome. Fun, such fun.
Download the demo for Yoku's Island Express, like I told you last week, and like I'm sure you haven't, and play that on the plane.
Definitely, I'll definitely do that. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the recommendation. Are you done talking about that, or can we move on? I don't want to step on your toes.
I think the last bit of the video will be a teaser for Pokemon 2019.
Yeah, props, because Pokemon rakes into cash. And talking of Pokemon, let's talk about Pokemon Go and this new VR photo taking thing they're going to be adding in, which is I don't know. I always don't like saying this because I feel like maybe I've missed something, but is this something people wanted? Is this something that we need? Do you want the ability to take pictures of your Pokemon in funny positions?
It's not for me, but I can see why people would like it. Because some people,
not VR. I said
like
VR. Sorry, AR. I meant AR. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like a nice way of showing off. And I've been to an interesting place, and Pokemon there is quite fun.
I'm sure it definitely won't be abused. Definitely won't be put in like really weird places.
Oh, are you thinking like Pokemon in the way of pornography?
Probably, yeah. I'm sure there'll be something on those lines that'll happen. Come on. What's that thing? Rule 34, Rule 33?
Well, why else do you think I'm downloading the update, Colin?
It just seemed a bit strange, really. I mean, it's a nice little feature, but I mean, they in the press release for it, they mentioned how they've loved seeing like photos of people's Pokemon in out in the wild and stuff. But I didn't think it was. I've never used that feature, but maybe I'm not the right person.
Well, whenever they post like summaries and recaps of community days, they always post like a montage of photos there. That's like, oh, look at all these great photos that a Larvitar in a volcano. So like people do. They to be fair to Pokemon Go, they have been banging that drum for a while.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Still adding new features, but they say that you can also get Pokemon that you've already caught and put them out into the wild, and then you can like tap on them so they pay attention to you. It sounds a bit like Nintendogs. Remember that?
Yeah, I think as features go, there's other things you could be fixing, but in the meanwhile, like some people will get a lot out of this. It's probably good for them because apparently you can share to your social medias without leaving the app as well. So that's kind of useful. It's not one that I'm going to use a lot of, but I can understand the appeal of it for sure.
Yeah, and another bit of Pokemon Go news is that the February Community Day is this weekend. It's fast approaching, and we've mentioned the videos automatically playing. Don't you just hate websites where videos just automatically?
Ban them.
So annoying. Send them straight to hell. Anyway, so the Pokemon of February is Swinner. Woo! Woo! Ground ice Pokemon. Everyone knows that. You get Swinubs everywhere. But if you manage to evolve it into its final form, Mamoswine, love that. Up to an hour after the event ends, the Pokemon will know the rock type attack Ancient Power. And that's actually an interesting feature of this one, where it's up to an hour after the event ends you can do this. And I don't know whether this has been done before. Chris is the book of knowledge, so he'll probably know that more than me. But that's
they have done that for evolutions before, where I think you had like a couple of hours after the end of the event to do it.
Oh, there you go. So it's not a new thing then, but that's cool. So that's the Pokemon. Swinub is the Pokemon for February's one. It's this weekend, which is cool. And same old shit where lures and things are longer, and also Niantic is giving players a chance to earn up to 5 Sinnoh Stones by battling other trainers during the community day, as well as an additional 5 by battling the team leaders. So that's good. So those are features, and I can't believe it's already February's one. Soon it'll be March's one. They all come around so quick. So hopefully you'll see more people playing Pokemon Go this weekend all around the world.
Yes, I love community day when you go to your local park and you just see everyone playing and you're like, oh yeah, there's a big community of this.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Little bit of news, and this kind of surprised me actually, is that Team Cherry, the makers of Hollow Knight, have said that the first look at Hornet's new adventure is going to be coming out on Valentine's Day. As in, the first look will be on Valentine's Day, Thursday, so tomorrow. Interesting that this isn't part of the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
But good for them, and people really love Hollow Knight, so I hope this sits well with people. I've still not played it, but I would like to, so one day I'll get around to it. But yes, keep your eyes peeled, and there'll be DLC announced in detailed on Thursday, February 14th in the UK at 9:30 a.m, in Japan at 6:30 p.m, West Coast US 1:30 a.m, East Coast
US
represents. 4:30, and Australian time 8:30 p.m.
Boom, bing, bang, bosh. And that's pretty much all the news we've got this week, because the big news is going to come at 10 o'clock tonight when we're not recording, which is annoying. So pretty much means, as Chris has already said, when we next record in 2 weeks' time, it'll all be out of date, which is very sad. Very sad.
And Colin, why is it that we're not here next week? Where are you off to?
I'm off to US of A. Woo! LA. Woo! Going to be on Malibu Beach or suntan and lifting weights or whatever you do in Malibu and LA, and buying expensive things down Rodeo Drive.
How long is the flight?
The flight is 11 hours.
And if you want, because I see you filming, what you could do is you could be like, the flight is 11 hours, and you could edit this conversation over the top of some footage of you flying.
I could do that, but that's not going to happen.
No, because you'd rather just slam a bunch of clips together and then do a Disney haul at the end of it. Am I right?
Making those views, milk that cash cow.
Oh dear. I hope you have a lovely, lovely time. I'll miss you a great deal next week. I'm on holiday as well. Thanks for asking.
This is going in the pre-travel day vlog, which is going to be uploading tomorrow, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
can I plug something? You probably won't be able to hear me.
Probably can't. No, you can't hear you. So you can say what you like. No one will know what you're saying.
Give to charities and pay your taxes. It's important.
Brilliant. Down with Theresa May. Anyway, right. So, what are you doing for your holes?
I will be this time next week. I will be packing to go to sunny Belgium.
Is it sunny in Belgium this time of year?
We'll find out in a week's time. I'll keep you posted.
You're going to Bruges?
Nope, going to Brussels.
Brussels.
The Eurostar is at 6:30 in the morning.
Eurostar's good though.
I can't wait.
We did that when we went to Paris last year. It's good. It's good, comfy. It's there's a bar. Well, I say bar.
Is it? A couple of wines at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, man. Yeah. How long's the journey? It must be quite a long one.
I can tell you actually. I can look it up on my phone. Allowing for local time, we no, that's not. That's it. So we leave here. We leave London at 7, and we get in at 10. So it's only 3 hours.
Only 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. That's time difference. Remember?
Oh,
so we get in at 10 Brussels time, which I think is 4. Oh no, it's 2 hours and 18 minutes.
Yeah.
So we get in at 9 o'clock UK time, but add an hour to 10 o'clock, and then coming back We leave at 8:20, and then we get back into London at 9:30.
So the actual journey is 2 hours 18.
Yeah, that's mental, isn't it?
Crazy. That's less than Paris, I think.
Well, maybe I don't know if it just goes straight to Brussels.
Well, that'd be good. Well, it's cool. It's much more convenient. Well, it's obviously takes a bit longer than a plane, but I don't know. Eurostar's fine, and you're straight there, straight out. There's no big long waits to get in and out of the station and anything. So yeah, it's good.
Can't wait. I'm so excited. So excited.
Good.
Well,
I'm
Colin.
looking forward to the vlogs. Don't forget to vlog it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely do some vlogs. Have a nice couple of weeks.
You too, and I'll see you at the end of the month. Can you believe it? It's been March by the
yeah, it'll be the day before. It'll be the end.
Day before the end, the day after tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for listening, everyone. And
Heroes of Handheld. Heroesofhandheld.wordpress.com, at Handheld Podcast on Twitter, heroesofhandheld@gmail.com is our email address. If you search Heroes of Handheld, we're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, all the all the podcast catchers everywhere. You can listen to all the previous episodes of the podcast through our website. Contact us, let us know your thoughts, and we love you very much.
Have a nice couple of weeks. Enjoyed tonight's Nintendo Direct. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's Nintendo Direct. Goodbye.
It was great. Bye. Bye.